Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Shekinah, aka the Purpose Therapist, and we're coming at you with another episode of the Stress Free series. Today, we're talking about consistency, mindset, and what that has to do with your heart health. Let's tap into it. So, like I shared with you earlier, today we're going to see how consistency, mindset, play a part on your overall heart health. So, first of all, before we get started, I don't want us to get overwhelmed by the word consistency. It's pretty intimidating. Consistency does not mean every single day. Consistency means that no matter what, you always go back to the thing that you started. Whatever goal you set for yourself or whatever idea you had about what you wanted to do, you start off that way and you stick to it. Okay, that's what consistency is all about. Okay, so don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace. You know, this is a new journey for you, and you're trying to make sure that you're doing the best to show up the best for yourself. And that looks like knowing that consistency does not mean every single day. So I do want to start everything off by saying that. Now, what we are going to discuss today is ways to change our mindset, okay? Track our progress and focus on the benefits. When we're talking about being consistent, we're talking about discipline and making sure that we tap into that part of ourselves that's on go mode, beast mode, if you will, okay? It's all about these parts: changing our mindset, tracking our progress, and focusing on the benefits. So what we want to do today is figure out what different ways we can do to do those things. So I want you right now, while you're thinking, just like let that marinate. What are some things that I can start to do to change my mindset, track my progress, and focus strictly on the benefits? Things like maintaining a certain level of positivity, all right, through this whole entire process. When you got to go to the gym, when you have to eat something you don't really want to eat, when you want to get the cake but you got to put it away, all these different things. What does it take for me to change my mindset, track my progress, and focus on just the benefits? That's what we're talking about today. Super excited to get into it, so let's get started. Get your pen, get your paper, get your notebook, okay? Get some water if you need it. But make sure that you're taking all this information in so you can go ahead and apply as soon as we get done, okay? Let's get to it. Okay, so remember just a few seconds ago when I asked you to visualize, like what does some of those things look like? Well, that's part of our first tip. Changing our mindset to visualizing and creating a clear routine. Changing our mindset by visualizing and creating a clear routine. Okay, a study published in the American Journal of Cardiology found that individuals with a positive outlook had a 33% lower risk of developing heart disease than those with a negative outlook. Positive thinking may help reduce stress and promote healthier behaviors such as exercising, eating, and a healthy diet. So listen, guys, it's all about visualization. We have it right here. Research shows visualization. And so what do I mean by that? When we're visualizing and creating a clear routine, like what we're going to do for that day, it takes the pressure of decision making off of us. Sometimes decision making fatigue can lead us to doing the things that say, okay, you know what, I don't even care at this point. I just want to eat something. Or I don't even care at this point. I'm not going to go to exercise. Or I don't even care. That little energy right there, that's all about us losing our focus, okay? And so let's define a little bit more visualizing. Visualizing is the opportunity for you to get a glimpse of who you have the potential to be, okay? So visualizing, again, is the opportunity for you to get a glimpse of who you have the potential to be. When we're not putting all that extra pressure on ourselves about what we look like right now, and we're taking just a moment to look towards the potential for the future, it could be the biggest motivator there possibly is, okay? There's no telling what you can do and who you can become and what that might look like until you allow yourself to start visualizing that thing. And then what you do is you take a moment, visualize it, put all the pieces together. Okay, what do I look like? What am I doing? Okay, what's my routine? Boom, boom, boom. Right. Then you take that and you say, okay, how can I start to make that person into a routine? How can I make the best version of myself into a everyday routine? Okay, so that looks like, what does the best version of myself do in the morning? What is the best of my version of myself? What do they eat? How often are they exercising? What do their relationships look like? What do their friends look like? What type of job? All those things. Visualize. And that positive thinking, that positive understanding of self, the positive understanding about who you are and what you can do is the key to us getting a little bit more consistent. It's the key to us changing our mindset about our situation. And it's the key to us having an overall healthier heart, a heart healthier life, right? It's all about you being able to see what your result is and then do it. If you ever heard the phrase before, if you can see it, you can do it, that's very much so. If you can see it, you can start to train your brain to visualize that thing. Guess what? Before you know it, you'll be it. Okay? So that's what we want to remember. Changing the mindset through visualizing and creating a clear routine. Visualize that best version of yourself. Get a routine and start implementing those pieces right after. Okay? Now, I really hope you got your pen and paper prepared for that one, and you definitely need it for this next one, because we're dropping gems, okay? We're dropping gems, trying to change the culture as it relates to our heart health. So, next thing, tracking our progress. This is so important. How do you know how far you come unless you're tracking the progress? We can get really, really disappointed in ourselves, or not be able to really appreciate how far we've come because we're not tracking it, where there's no visual representation of all the work that we've already done. So that's what's so important. You need to track that progress. Every time you do something for yourself, take a second and really write that thing down. So what can tracking your progress look like, if you're wondering? That's journaling, measuring your physical changes, okay? I know we don't like stepping on the scale. I know we don't like to use measuring tape. It might be a lot, but I promise you, if you're really putting in the consistent effort of trying to make a goal happen, that's the way to reward yourself, and that's the way to keep being proud, is taking that time out and measuring, monitoring that progress. Tracking your progress is key, okay? Using a habit tracker. You can download the PDFs of habit trackers wherever. You can use a regular calendar or day planner as a habit tracker, or even putting something in your notes, sending text messages to yourself saying, I worked out today, or congratulations to you. All those different things can help us to maintain and track our progress. So that was a lot I just said, a mouthful. We're only on the third point, so I'm going to go back over it. Journaling. Writing down what you've done that day, what it is that you've done as far as like keeping your measurements or anything like that, right? The next piece, measuring physical changes. So that is you doing things like measuring your body, maybe taking before and after pictures, or pictures that you take of yourself once a month to help you see how your body is changing and fluctuating, so you can make adjustments that way, or even help you, whatever your goals are in general, start measuring the physical changes that are as a result of that goal. Using a habit tracker. Habit trackers are something pretty simple that you can get off of the internet, PDF files of them. You can use regular calendars, day planners, or calendars that you might find in your local store. Or you can kind of just use something where you're sending yourself text messages or putting something in your notes. But you want to make sure that you're consistently having some type of record of all this work that you've been putting in. You got to give yourself the flowers. You got to give yourself an opportunity to see how far you've come. I was looking at a video of Oprah once, and Oprah was discussing her hiking journey and things like that. And she was saying one of the key things to think about how great you're doing is not to look too far forward, but to look at how far you've actually come and just put one foot in front of the other. Super powerful, right? Identifying just how much work you put in. You're doing a great job. So give yourself your kudos for that, okay? All right, and then the last one is seeking feedback. Now, I do want to preface this by saying, when you're seeking feedback, make sure you're identifying who you're seeking the feedback from. You don't want to just seek feedback from anybody, okay? You don't want the yes people at this point. We're trying to monitor real progress. You want people that are going to tell you the truth. You want people that are going to be honest with you. You want people that are going to approach it just as if it was them, and make sure that they're giving you an honest, sincere, and kind response and kind feedback, so you can know what you need to do. If people are lying to you or not being honest with you about how great you're doing or not so great you're doing, then what's the point? Make sure you're talking to people who can be honest with you and care about you enough to see you do great and be great, okay? Those are the people you check in and ask for feedback. Hey, I've been doing this thing for a minute. What do you think? I've been changing a little bit about what my eating habits have been. What do you think? All right? Those things are things that you want to talk to people about. Make sense? Perfect. So, tracking progress, very, very important. Hope you guys are writing this down, because it's some good stuff, okay? Write it down. All right. See you guys in a second. This is probably the hardest one out of all of the ones that we talked about today, but also the most rewarding. Again, to the point of visualizing, but it's focusing on the benefits. Focusing on the benefits of the work that you're putting in. Don't talk about or not acknowledging how painful something might be or how you don't feel like it or anything like that. Remember, feelings are fleeting. I don't know if you know this, but feelings literally only last 90 seconds. So it's no point in getting caught up in them. Focus on the overall goal. Focus on the benefits, okay? You deserve this new person. We talked about it before. You deserve that person you're working towards. You deserve this work that you're doing. You deserve the things that you're saying no to are worth this. Okay, it's worth you feeling great about yourself. It's worth you feeling good and accomplished and proud of yourself. It's worth it. So to make sure that happens in the way that it should, you have to focus on the benefits of the work that you're doing. All right. And so what does focusing on the benefits look like? Celebrate your wins. Now, what do I mean by celebrate your wins? It's very similar to what we just talked about as it relates to tracking our progress. But this is when you hit a benchmark, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, when you know that you said you wanted to work on a specific thing and then you knock that thing out, You deserve to celebrate that win, whatever that celebration might be. You might consider doing like making a chart, or like creating like a jar, or a list, if you will, of things you want to do to celebrate your wins. Whether it's going out to dinner, going to go see a favorite movie, getting those pair of shoes that you wanted, or that new tech gadget, or something like that. Whatever it is that you want to do for yourself, to be able to celebrate when you're doing the right thing, when you're accomplishing what you said you're going to accomplish. It's imperative. You've got to celebrate those wins, because celebrating those wins helps you to focus on the benefits. And focusing on the benefits helps train your mind to do that thing again. Oh, what? I get to do this? When I do what I'm supposed to do? Oh, let me go ahead and do it again. Let me go ahead and do it again. And it's just going to keep happening and happening and happening and happening. So you have to do what you got to do to focus on the benefits, and by celebrating your wins. That's number one. Number two, positive affirmations. We remove the negativity from our mouth today. We're not saying anything else that negatively affirms anything. All right. All we're doing is speaking positive. That's how we're going to focus on the benefits. Yes, your knees might hurt from doing that extra lap, or whatever the case. But you know what? I'm feeling my breathing. My breathing's getting a lot better because I've been doing these extra laps. This feels great. Yeah, your feet might hurt a little bit because of the extra squats, or the treadmills, or the whatever it is that you've been doing extra physical activity wise. But now your stamina is up. You're able to move a little bit better. You don't have to pause for a second to take a breath. You're beating your time over and over again, making sure that you're affirming yourself about what is good about this thing. Even just asking yourself that specific question. What is good about this thing? This thing that I'm doing, what's good about it? Once you identify that thing, focus on that. Let that be the positive affirmation for you. Don't let the negativity come out of your mouth, because the negativity will talk you right out of everything you deserve. We're focusing on the positive things, okay? Okay. Last but not least is keeping a gratitude journal. Something beautiful happens when we take a moment and we count down all the things that we're really, really thankful for. All the things that we really appreciate ourselves for. Even gratitude jars or journals for our bodies, gratitude jars or journals for what we've done that week, whatever it is. But keeping a consistent record to show yourself gratitude for a thing that you've done, unmatched. And then it's something you can look back on 10 years from now, 5 years from now, even a couple months from now. Wow, this was a really great day. Look how long my gratitude list is. You see what I'm saying? So again, to review, to focus on the benefits, celebrating your wins, positive affirmations, and keeping a gratitude jar or journal or list or anything like that. Keeping a record of your gratitude can help you to go ahead and reframe the way you're thinking and help change your mindset for a more consistent and focused, heart-healthy lifestyle. So I hope this was super helpful in you figuring out how mindset, consistency, those two things have such a huge impact on your overall heart health. I hope as you go through this process, you play it throughout the week. Play it a couple times this week, so you can remember the things that it takes for you to be able to reframe your thinking and show up as the best version of you. Remember, you deserve this version of yourself. You deserve this work. You deserve that person that you visualized, that we spent some time visualizing earlier. You deserve all of that. So making sure that you implement pieces of your everyday life that allow you to review, who am I going to get to be when this is over? Who am I going to become? What does it look like? How do I feel? That part, you need to focus on that. Redirect your energy, focus on that thing so you can get to that level, get to that higher and higher version of you, because you deserve it. And that for no other reason but because you deserve it. This was Shekinah, aka the Purpose Therapist, with the Stress-Free series. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you let somebody know. Leave a comment, share it with somebody else that you think might need this motivation today, okay? And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.